What are we having for breakfast?
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal? Colton, what do you want? Oatmeal? Yeah, you want? Yeah, you want some oatmeal? Okay.
Think he's big enough for French toast.
Not, we haven't tried the French toast yet. But she wants oatmeal. He wants oatmeal. Right? You want French toast? I thought you said oatmeal.
French toast.
Are you sure?
No.
No, we're not sure. Final draw, French toast or oatmeal?
Oatmeal.
Okay.
Boy.
How's your oatmeal?
Good.
Good. Yeah. Colton, how's your oatmeal? It's good. Yeah? Oh, Mommy's oatmeal looks delicious. I can't wait to try some. I can't wait to try some. Yeah. Ready? Good stuff. Can I eat your oatmeal? I'm just tricking. I don't want to eat your oatmeal. I got my own. Okay. I thought I'd share this super awesome kid-friendly, parent-friendly muffin recipe with you guys because it's a very, very simple recipe and it tastes really, really good. Right, Colton? He hasn't had it yet. So here we are whisking up 2 cups of whole wheat flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Whisk that all together. Now, you might be able to use, you probably can use white flour with this recipe too. I don't know. I don't bake a lot and I don't typically bake with flour. I usually use oats and peanut butter and all that kind of stuff. But I'm sure it would probably work out the same. If you know, then please comment below. And then here we have 4 mashed bananas. Yeah. Colton just had his first banana yesterday. Yeah. Hey, bud. And give him another one of those. So to this, we are going to add 2 beaten eggs. And then half a cup of unsweetened applesauce. He's really good at talking when I talk. Now, if you have those little cups of applesauce, I find they're about the perfect size. So half a cup of applesauce. And we need 3/4 of a cup of honey. Now, because we're gonna add chocolate chips to this as well, I find a half a cup of honey is enough for us. But you may find that 3/4 of a cup works for you. You can really make it as sweet as you want. This is the sweetener, along with the chocolate chips, of course. Pour in that good honey. And then, of course, it's not baking. Every time I talk, without a splash of vanilla, probably about a teaspoon. And give all of these wet ingredients a mix. Preheat the oven to 350. So now we are going to dump these wet ingredients in to the dry. This is really awkward with a baby in front of you. Scrape down all this goodness. And we are gonna make some mini muffins with these, or cupcakes as Nola likes to call them. And we'll get a full tray of mini muffins. And I think we get about 4 or 5 full-size muffins as well. So give this a good mix so there's no dry pockets. Now we are going to mix in some chocolate chips. And again, this can be as many or as little as you'd like. I don't usually measure. Here we have half a cup. Oh, that's a big bag. So it was probably like 3/4 of a cup we put in there. So if you're not gonna put chocolate chips in, then I would recommend doing the full 3/4 of a cup of honey. But I find with the chocolate chips, this is more than enough. Okay, so we've given this pan a very liberal spray with some extra virgin coconut oil. We're preheating to 350. Tablespoon scooper, because they are minis. And now we fill. They do rise quite a bit, so don't overfill them. Now in they go for 20 minutes. Voila! Here's what these bad boys look like, cooked nice and golden on top. Now because there's so many of these little guys, I'm gonna take them all out of here and let them cool completely. I would say that 4 to 6 of these are going to go down today, and then I'm going to take another half dozen or so and just stick them in the freezer. I like to leave some out. Obviously they're just freshly baked. So we will have some today and throughout the rest of the week, but these freeze really well and thaw, and they're just as tasty, just as moist. So that's why I really like doing the mini muffins, because you put some in the freezer and then next week we bake something and we just kind of get like a rotation going where we're not just having the same thing week after week. You know, we'll have the half of these for this week, and then next week we'll have something else, and then the following week maybe we'll pull out the other half of these, and you know, just kind of goes on like that from there. We'll see what else we got in my recipe book that's fairly easy to bake. It's because I don't really bake that much. I'm more of a like, let's whip it together and eat it now kind of gal. So is my little one. If you want to make regular size muffins, I really recommend these silicone muffin tins. They're fantastic. You don't have to spray them with anything, and these will just pop right out. I will show you in a second, but right now they're steaming hot because they just came out of the oven. And these take about 5 minutes longer. They're about 25 minutes. Now, if you do want to make a loaf, yep, still too hot. If you do want to make a loaf with this banana bread, it fills the 1 glass loaf pan, like your standard size loaf pan. The one that I have is glass. And I just take some butter and butter it. And let me show you a super awesome baking hack. And I'm not even a baker. So if you don't want to use oil and you're going to use butter to grease up your pan, any pan, whether it's a cookie sheet, or a glass sheet. So this is the wrapper that comes off of butter. You put your butter in your butter container. If you take it off nicely, then you are left with the wrapper. And if you fold the wrapper nicely, when it comes time to bake, I'm trying to get a good view here, you'll have this lovely sheet of butter all ready to go in. Now I would typically rip this in half because, as you can see, there is quite a bit of butter that's left on here. So I would rip this in half and then just use this to grease any sort of pan or dish or cookie sheet. It's a super awesome baking hack that one of my awesome sister-in-laws shared with me, and I have used ever since. And you know, normally I would have just thrown this out, and it's perfectly good. It was like it was made to grease dishes when you're baking. I think that's what these are actually meant for. So let's see, is this cooled enough now? Cooled enough, cooled-ish we'll call it. So now there's nothing, I didn't grease this pan or spray it with anything. And if you just give it a little push from the bottom, you can still see the steam on that. And you just kind of pop it inside out. Oh, that's hot. We'll hold it upside down. But as you can see, it came right out. This side stuck a little bit, but I mean, that's not bad considering there is nothing in there, and they wash up really well. I only have the big ones. I don't have a silicone baking dish with the mini muffins, so we just stick with the tin and just spray it down. But silicone, awesome. Chocolate on your fingers after you pull it out of the silicone, just as awesome. Awesomer. Yeah, that's a word.